Well, he's represented Sacramento County here in the U.S. House of Representatives since 2013. He is a fierce supporter of veterans and first responders and is the proud son of immigrants. And this week, he did become one of the 10 Democrats who voted in favor of censoring fellow Representative Al Green, who had a very public outburst during President Trump's address to Congress. So we are so glad we have Congressman Ami Bera joining us live in studio this morning. Hi.
Hi, thank you for having me in.
Busy couple of weeks, no doubt. So let's just address the elephant in the room. I mean, you've been pretty critical of President Trump as well. Even said the day after that address, last night's address was unlike any other I've witnessed in my 12 years as a member of Congress. It is clear that President Trump has no interest in tackling the real issues facing the American people. And I think Congressman Al Green would agree with you on so many points when it comes to that. So is it that his outburst was counterproductive to what the Democrats are trying to do right now? Is that why we're voting to censor?
100%, right?
Yeah.
Al Green's a friend. I respect Al Green. What he did is distracting. Why aren't we talking about 70,000 VA workers being laid off? That's what we should be talking about, how that's going to hurt our veterans. All the chaos that's happening with the federal workforce. You know, the fact that Donald Trump is talking about eliminating the Department of Education, that's the stuff we should be talking about. The caucus, what Congressman Green did, is a distraction. Let's focus on helping the American people.
And we're asking that question because a lot of constituents are wondering, isn't this supposed to be a united front with the Democrats? We're trying to get stuff done when it comes to what's going on with the Trump administration and his executive orders. And that was my next question leading into this. What do you really take issue with when it comes to Trump's executive orders that he's handed out, with these rollbacks, with DEI, with, of course, the DOJ, federal cuts? Yeah. What is your priority?
I mean, the thing that bothers me the most is the haphazard nature of laying folks off and then saying, oh, wait a minute, you got to come back. I mean, think about it. We give preference to veterans in federal hiring. So a lot of these folks served our country in uniform. Now they serve our country working for the federal government. If I'm a 30-year veteran and a 22-year-old gives me a layoff notice or asks me to justify my job, what did I do last week? We don't do that to folks. I'm all about, we can look at efficiency, we can look at making the government work for folks, but let's treat folks with dignity and respect. And That's what bothered me. It's the House chambers. I don't agree with what President Trump was saying up there, but I think we should have decorum. I think we should set an example for the American public.
Okay. And then also, you recently had more than 6,000 Sacramento County residents join you for a telephone town hall. Yeah. What did you take away from that? What were people saying to you in that?
So a lot of people are scared, right? I mean, it is something new every hour that's coming out of the White House. Some of the chaos, some of the worry, what's going to happen with the federal workforce, et cetera. So part of that is allowing folks to ask their questions, answering those questions. Our job is to show up, and that doesn't mean everyone's going to agree with me. And right now, I think some Democrats are mad at me for the censure vote. But our job is to show up and listen and tell folks, here's why I'm voting the way I am. Here's what we're going to do to try to make life better for you.
Yeah, and I mentioned it earlier, you're the proud son of immigrants. Yeah. I know that probably hits a chord with you, specifically with everything that's been going on. We are a sanctuary city still, but we still have raids that are going on, and a lot of people are in fear of their children, even on campus, that these raids sometimes might happen. So what are your plans? What is your initiative moving forward when we are trying to navigate through these next 3-4 years?
So people are scared, right? Immigrants are scared. The public voted on border security. Great, let's secure our border. We've seen illegal crossings drop dramatically. That's not a bad thing. But we also have folks that have been here for 30 years, they're our neighbors, they're small business owners, et cetera. Let's figure out a legal way to bring them out of the shadows and give them a chance. We need that workforce, whether that's in the farming industry, whether that's in construction, et cetera. Again, let's figure out a legal remedy to bring folks out. And then there's the dreamers, right? Folks that were brought here as children. This is the only country that they know. That's never been a partisan issue. Let's figure out how to give them some legal status. We can do this, but it's going to take Democrats and Republicans working together to solve this problem.
Now, you said that right there, too. Democrats and Republicans. Do you see more Republicans starting to come over maybe to to your, or starting to align themselves with your opinions or the opinions of Democrats as
Yeah,
well?
I think you're starting to see a lot of Republicans get scared, right? So the whole tariff war, the trade war, that's going to hurt farmers. That's going to hurt auto workers. That's going to hurt a lot of red states if they actually follow through and cut Medicaid dramatically. Rural states rely on Medicaid a lot more than states like California. It's going to hurt people. It's going to get real very fast for Joe the public. And you're starting to see some of my Republican colleagues get a little bit nervous here. And then that's when we could say, okay, let's work together. Let's, again, get rid of waste, fraud, abuse, make the government more efficient. But it is going to take Democrats and Republicans working together.
And do it in the right way. Even Trump today, he said, well, hold on, maybe I got to walk back on some of these things that's going on right now, especially when it comes to the federal cuts. Lastly, where can we see you next when it comes to any kind of initiative, any kind of thing that you have going on?
Yeah, the most important thing that we did this week is we're introducing the HERO Act, helping emergency responders overcome. So this is an act that I was talking to some of our firefighters 4 or 5 years ago, and they talked about the number of firefighters that commit suicide. More people die of suicide than fighting fires. And so we started to look at the stresses of that job, especially in light of what we just saw in Southern California. So this is about addressing that issue, not just with firefighters, but with all first responders. We passed it out of the House a couple times. We are going to get it to the president's desk and sign this into law.
Like that confidence. All right. Congressman Ami Bera, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right.